Abandoned for generations, its walls bore the weight of secrets too terrible to speak, its windows like hollow eyes watching over the village. A young hunter with a heart full of courage, had grown tired of the fear that shackled his people. Every evening, villagers whispered of the house's curse, claiming it devoured anyone who dared step inside. But to Koma, it was just a house, and houses could not harm the brave. One fateful morning, after years of nightmares and shadows looming over his family, Koma resolved to uncover the truth. Armed with his machete and a lantern, he marched to the mansion. The villagers begged him not to go, but his mind was set. The air grew colder as he stepped through the creaking door. Dust coated the floors, and the faint scent of decay lingered. Koma's lantern cast flickering shadows across the room. "This is just an old house," he muttered to himself. But the silence was unnerving. In the dining hall, he found a photograph of his grandparents, young and smiling, hanging crookedly on the wall. What were they doing here, he wondered aloud. His grandmother had passed before he was born, and his grandfather had died a quiet death, leaving behind only stories of his wisdom. As he climbed the stairs, a faint sobbing sound reached his ears. He froze, heart pounding. Following the sound, he discovered the spectral figure of a woman in white. Her translucent face bore an expression of sorrow. "Leave this place," she whispered, her voice heavy with despair. "Or the curse will claim you too." Koma steadied his nerves. "Who are you?" he demanded. The ghost gaze softened. "I am your grandmother, Nia. The curse binds my soul here. It has consumed our family for generations, and now it reaches for you." She pointed to a trapdoor beneath a tattered rug. "The answers lie below. But beware, grandson. The truth may be more than you can bear." Reluctantly, Koma pried open the trapdoor and descended into a hidden cellar. The air grew thick with a cloying sweetness that turned his stomach. At the center of the room stood a wooden chest. Inside, he found a stack of letters, brittle with age, and an ancient ritual knife. One letter, addressed to Umwanyi, caught his attention. He read it aloud, the words chilling him to his core. "To the one who dares to uncover the truth. I made a choice to save this family, this village, when all seemed lost. It was no easy decision, but what is love without sacrifice? The spirit's power restored life to our lands, but its appetite for repayment grew insatiable. I thought I could control it. I thought I was strong enough to protect us all. I was wrong. The curse is not the spirit's doing, it is mine. I bound it to this house, to our blood, so it could never escape. In doing so, I damned us all. But tell me, my heir, would you not have done the same for those you love? Do not judge me until you have faced what I have faced. Perhaps you, too, will understand." Koma's hands trembled as he set the letter down. His grandmother appeared beside him. "He was a good man once," she murmured. "But power changes the soul. He thought he could cheat the spirit, but it consumed him." Before Koma could respond, the room trembled. A trapdoor beneath his feet gave way, and he plummeted into darkness. Koma awoke in a golden chamber, its walls lined with ancient symbols glowing faintly. At the center sat a throne, and upon it was his grandfather, Mwamba. But this was not the frail old man Koma remembered. Mwamba was youthful, his presence commanding and his eyes gleaming with a mix of pride and sorrow. "Oh, my heir," Mwamba said, his voice both welcoming and cold. "You've read the letters. Good. Now you understand." Koma glared at him, clutching the ritual knife. "Understand? You betrayed our bloodline. You cursed us all to feed your greed." "Greed?" Mwamba's laughter echoed, chilling and bitter. No, boy. I saved us. The spirit demanded a life, a child, every decade. I refused to be a slave to it. I did what was necessary to protect you, your father, everyone. And for decades, I have held the spirit here, in this house, so it could never roam free. You call this protection? Koma stepped forward, his voice shaking with rage. You trapped their souls here. This is not love, it's madness. Mwamba rose from his throne, his expression hardening. Do not lecture me on love. You do not know the weight of leadership, the cost of survival. You think you're better than me. That you can destroy this spirit with your purity. Let me tell you something, strength is what the world respects. Power is what keeps your family alive. Koma raised the Kitabu Chomongoza, the ancient book of light he had found among the letters, and began reciting its incantations. The chamber shook violently, and the golden glow dimmed. A towering shadow emerged behind Mwamba, its form writhing with faces and flames. The spirit roared, its claws reaching toward Koma. Mwamba's face twisted with desperation. You fool! Do you think these words can undo what I've built? Without me, the spirit will return stronger. It will destroy everything you love. Koma's voice rose above the chaos. You're wrong. This ends now. The spirit lunged, but Mwamba stepped in its path. His youthful face softened, tears glistening in his eyes. Stop, he whispered to the spirit. Take me instead. End this. The spirit hesitated, its shadowy form shifting. Mwamba turned to Koma, his voice breaking. You were right, boy. I let power blind me. But maybe, just maybe, I can still save you. With a cry, Mwamba plunged his hands into the spirit, allowing it to consume him. The chamber erupted in light as the spirit and Mwamba vanished together, their forms dissolving into nothingness. Koma emerged from the ruins as the first rays of dawn broke over the hills. The haunted mansion collapsed behind him, reduced to rubble. As the villagers gathered around him, he held the Kitabu Chomongoza tightly, his face a mixture of grief and determination. He looked at the ruins and murmured, he was wrong, but he wasn't all evil. His sacrifice will not be in vain. Later, as he told his children the story, he emphasized both Mwamba's mistakes and his redemption. We carry his burden, he said, not as a curse, but as a reminder to choose light, even when darkness tempts us. The tale of Nyumba Mizimu became legend, a testament to the power of resilience, the weight of ancestral deeds, and the hope that light always prevails over darkness.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, like and share for more.